Welcome, everybody. Of course, you know this. I am your host, Miss Patu Loca, and I am so excited and so thrilled. You guys have no freaking idea how excited and thrilled I am. I finally am able to share with you my favorite person I literally go to, other than Melodic Mike, for spiritual guidance, for real conversation, and how to connect the dots and work with my troubles and problems at times. Mr. Paul Santisi. Hello, Paul.
Hello. What's going on?
Excited. For you have no idea. Well, of course you know, but you listeners have no idea how long I've been trying to collaborate with Mr. Paul Santini for the longest time, and it was just
well over a year.
Over a year, I know. And it was so crazy because it was like no matter what I did, it just didn't work out. But then, no matter what, within that over a year, no matter what, every time I came to you, you always said, well, look, you can't fight it. When the time is right, the time is right. You just got to let it be. When it happens, it happens. And I'm like, okay. And finally, I got you. So it's a blessing.
Awesome. I'm excited.
For those of you guys who may not know, of course, last year I was really big on the law of attraction. And of course, I explained it a lot. But then law of attraction represents so many different things to so many different people. And of course, you do have some people who believe that the whole law of attraction and thinking positive, living positive, becoming more positive and things, sometimes they assume that that's against their the way of life, more sense of religious purposes. But I'm like, in the Bible, they do speak about affirmations, the positivity of it. They do speak about thinking positive, being positive and all that, and attracting, what God has ordained for you. But what I do love about your videos and what I do love about your audios is that this is for anybody, whether they're religious or not. It's just helping them become at a better center, what I would call the spiritual chi, the wusa of it all. What you think about that one?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll just jump right into it. Basically, we'll just clarify a few things. We'll make it real easy for people to digest and absorb the rest of this interview. But basically, the law of attraction only responds to feelings, or the universe, whatever energy, frequency, whatever you want to call it, okay? We'll call it the law of attraction. So the law of attraction responds to how you feel. Now, this is where a lot of people get it confused, because all day long, they're thinking about what they don't want, they're thinking about what they don't like, and they're thinking about all the things that they don't want to happen in their life. Well, if that's what you're thinking about, that's what you're feeling, that's what you're vibrating, well, the universe, or the law of attraction, is only going to continue to give you more of the same of that. So the key is, it's real simple. If you take all religion, all God, and you kind of put it on tier one, well, the universe is above all that. So let's just skip right up to the universe, go right to the law of attraction. And the law of attraction is a law. It's the most highest law. So that's number one. But it responds to how you feel. So when you're in a state of feeling good or feeling better, and you always work on feeling good and feeling better, then the universe responds and provides you more of that. And how it does it is, it lines up people, situations, circumstances, and events that will present themselves to you in life. So if you're feeling crummy, down, and miserable, you can't expect anything good to happen because that's not what you're feeling. The law of attraction doesn't care if you're asking for a chicken sandwich or $1 million. What it does respond to is how you feel in your level of belief when you think about the chicken sandwich or $1 million. Like if you and I went to a restaurant, right? And we ordered a chicken sandwich and a Coke. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is our belief that the chicken sandwich and the Coke's going to show up?
It's going to be high.
It's a 10, right?
Yes.
So what happens? What shows up? Sandwich and the Coke, because we didn't have any resistance, we didn't have any doubt, we didn't have any uncertainty. When the waitress or waiter took our order, we weren't like, oh my God, I hope he brings the chicken sandwich. And you're like, oh my God, if he doesn't bring the Coke, what am I going to do? Life's going to be horrible and suck, and oh my God, the Coke! everything about your work, your job, your health, your relationships, your finance. So the first step is to become aware of how you feel and work on that. And that's really the first step. And when I say work on feeling better, what does that mean? That means you do any activity that you like to do. If you want to color in a book, go color in a book. If you want to go throw rocks at trees, go throw rocks at trees. If you want to go to the supermarket and stomp on a box of Cheez-Its, if that puts you in your state of bliss, then do it. Just start there. And that's what the universe responds to, how you feel, not what you think.
You know, one of the most powerful messages, because for a lot of you guys who may not know, how I ended up meeting you was because I was down and out and I was going through so much because I relocated from one state to another where I was doing tremendously well in my entertainment field and everything, doing really good, having a normal 9 to 5, because, you know, anything nowadays, especially in this recession, you always have to have a normal 9 to 5 backup plan. And it's like once I relocated here, it was so foreign. It was just taking me down, and it was just so much stress that I was going through, especially health wise. And I was learning about affirmations, and I was learning about thinking positive and things. And someone else told me something about law of attraction, where I ended up watching some video of documentary on it. And so I was thinking, okay, how can I don't really know how to really meditate and all that other than doing yoga, but that wasn't really working. And I was Googling, and my thing was, I was like, look, let me find someone that I can work with, that I can listen to the meditation, that I can receive it, and it doesn't make me feel like it's just, you know, it's laced with something like negative, or it's supposed to be something positive, but it really isn't. And yours was the main video that I came around, the main audio. And for those of you guys who may not know, I will put down the link for the I Am video, because the I Am audio. The I Am audio was extremely powerful because it was so crazy, because I'm so used to always going through battle between myself of everything, like everyone does. But that was the very first video that had me listen 3D, because you guys are going to be tripped out when you hear it, because every time I refer my friends to your video, they're tripped out. But the I Am, where in the video you say, I am strong, I am independent, I am beautiful, and I'm like, you really don't tell yourself that. The last time you think about that is when you're a kid and your parents tell you that, you know? Right. And from that, oh my goodness, I've jumped from that to the money. And so for those of you guys, when it's coming to affirmations and trying to get into the good vibrations, trust me, you'll find all his links to his channels. And I'm telling you, all you have to do, have some headphones ready, silence at least an hour and a half to yourself, because you deserve that much. Just relax. Even if you think you're sleeping, you're really not. You're just in a state of trance, of just, you know, the calm. But your audios are tremendously, they work. They definitely work. I've even referred it to some of my family members, even my friends, and they're blown away. And I'm telling you, I've never, because it's kind of hard to harness something and make it and see it and visualize it. But you're the first person and the first audio that I've came around and came across that showed me step by step in the most simplest way to get what I want out of life, and having me realize it's not that hard. It's not as hard as it seems.
Yeah, it's actually easy. And, we'll clarify a couple things for the people listening.
Mm-hmm.
Quick background. Before I started creating these meditations, I didn't know what meditating was. I actually thought meditating was creepy. I had no clue what meditating was. Then I was at a weekend event out in Las Vegas about 3 years ago, and it was after we heard a couple speakers on a Saturday after we broke for lunch. And I was walking by the Starbucks at the MGM Grand Casino, and I remember reading the word Starbucks, and I heard this voice in my head, or I felt this voice, and it said, "You'll create meditation, you'll create meditation, you'll create meditation." And I'm looking around going, who's saying this to me? Then I realized it was within me. And then it was so persistent, this voice, I finally said to myself, fine, I will create meditations. And I turned and I looked at my friends and I said, when I get home, I'm going to make meditations. And my friend Joe, he looks at me and he goes, why would you do that? And we all just kind of laugh, because up to that point, if I was going to tell you I was going to make meditations, that would be like me saying I'm going to go to Switzerland and build bridges and tunnels. It just didn't make any sense to who I was.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, when I got home, the voice was back, and this guidance just kind of guided me through, and we created the first meditation together, and that was titled Frequency. So what I did was I put it on YouTube, and I didn't know what YouTube was. I just set up an account, had no clue. And within 24 hours, it had something like 350 views. I didn't know that was good. I just didn't know what I didn't know. And then after that, I tried actually making meditations. I'm like, okay, I'll just make a new one. And that didn't work, because I was trying, I was thinking. I wasn't feeling. So nothing was flowing. So I said, okay, here's a one-time shot. I'll go back to living. And I started going back to living my life. And then I noticed that these feelings would present themselves. And when the feelings come in, it was such a strong feeling and desire that I would sit down and this new meditation or audio would present itself through me within 24 to 48 hours, and it would be done. And then I noticed that in the creation process, I was completely unaware of what I was doing. It wasn't until I listened to it back that I realized what I was creating. So it was a whole new experience for myself as well. But going back to what you mentioned on, the audio working or connecting with you or making you feel a certain way, that all goes back to my intention. And I realized there's a way to harness, broadcast, and direct my inner buzz, my inner essence, my inner vibration, and put that into the audio when I create. And that's what I do. And there's a process I do, an exercise I do myself, but the gist of it is my intention is for one person to feel better about themselves. That's all I desire. And I just envision happy people listening and benefiting. And then that is what translates through into the audio and people like yourself. And God, there's tens and tens of millions of people now views. I mean, I receive thousands of positive comments and correspondences each week. They come in every few seconds. And it's because my intention is for you, the listener, to feel better about yourself. And it's a very magical aspect. And most 99% of other people out there don't do that. They create audios from a technical standpoint. They focus on the words or the delivery or their accent or their tone or how smooth it sounds. It's technical. There's no inner buzz. So when you listen to it, yeah, it may sound really good, but 5 minutes into it, you're bored. It's not doing it. It's not resonating any emotion. It's not doing anything because they didn't create it with an intention. I create with my intention first. And then I really don't edit these things at all. I do everything in one take, one shot. However it comes out, that's it. And it makes a world of difference in people, like you just said.
It's so crazy because even though you do have audios and videos for those who don't know or understand the concept of meditation, you make it so plain and simple. All they have to do is put in the headset, press play, and they're good. But you even took it.
I right along.
But you actually took it even a step further by saying, okay, not only will I have affirmations for people to listen to, when they want a moment of silence, when they want to meditate or start their day or end their day, you took it a step further by having feel-good music. Please explain the feel-good music, because you always hear people say feel-good music, but I'm telling people this is a whole different level of feel-good music.
Okay, sure. Yeah. All right, so, I went from not knowing what meditating was to receiving millions and millions of views real quick. So I was on to something right, or on to something to help people. So that I became aware of. And then a lot of my audios, like you said, they're about an hour and a half long. And a lot of people are emailing me saying, Paul, I love your work, but I have 3 kids, I have 2 jobs, I work nights, I don't have an hour a day for myself. Do you have anything I can listen to during the day or at work or at the gym where I can still keep my vibration high, I can still continuously feel good? So then I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll make some music. I'm like, okay, I'll try that. Well, I can't sing and I can't rap. I don't know what a beat, hook, melody, chord is, no clue. So that wasn't work. That wasn't the answer to that. So then I just turned to the universe, the law of attraction, because all those comments and all these views, I was feeling really good all the time. So I was in a vibrational state of allowing. So well, let me just send out a broadcast and let the universe take care of it. So I sent a broadcast out to attract like-minded people who were benefiting from my work that just happened to be musically inclined. That was my broadcast. And about a month or two went by, and I started getting these emails from this guy down south. And he was telling me about his awakening and his astral projections and his spirit guides and his third eye and his awareness and his lucid dreaming and just having this amazing wake-up experience through my audios. So it wasn't until 3 or 4 correspondences where I just happened to type, so what do you do for work? And he gets back to me and goes, I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm like, are you kidding me? Here it is. He's been here the whole time. Oh, my God. So I said, well, can you send me some of your stuff? And he did. And it was brilliant, but it was hardcore rap. It was Southern gangster rap, but it was brilliantly done. And I was like, hey, listen, like, what do you think about creating a new category of music? Maybe do a positive hip-hop song about lucid dreams or something. He's like, And we thought about it, and he's like, all right, yeah, that feels pretty cool. We're going to do that. And his name's Tweezay, and the first song he did was called Lucid Dreams. So then I took that, and I put that on my YouTube channel, and the response out of the gate was an instant home run. People from all over the world within like 3 days had downloaded it, and the comments were just flying in, like, oh my God, I've never felt so good listening to a song. This is amazing. So it was Tweezay and I for a while for 2-3 songs. So then Tweezay and I was like, hey, let's attract some more artists. We need some more. Let's keep this going. So we did a little mastermind call that we do, and we can talk about that on another show because that's a whole other show on its own. And people just started coming in, saying, hey, I listen to your audios. They're amazing. I feel great. I make music. I do music. Here's some songs. And that's how the feel-good music that you mentioned started. And that was about 2 years ago, that first song. And now it's become its own entity. It's called Paul Santisi Music Mastermind. And now we have over 24 artists from all over the world in all genres of music creating pure positive feel-good music. And what makes it really special is it's just not music that they created that said, hey, here's my songs that I'm sharing. No, that's not what we do. When the artist introduces themselves to me, we talk a little bit, and then what I do is I share with them the magic and intention in applying it, just like I apply it into my audios. So it's like a 2 or 3 hour phone call, and I really lay into these people on how to harness, broadcast, and direct their emotion, their essence into their music. And those who take that information and apply it and create new music with it, those are the songs that we then share back out with the audience. So when someone listens to my audios and feels a certain way, now they can listen to music in all genres, all different categories, and get a similar feel-good feeling, which makes it very special. That's why it's called, it's Paul Santisi Music Mastermind, a collective collaboration in musical consciousness, pure positive feel-good music with intention.
Yes.
Because that's what it is. Yeah, good question.
And the great thing I do love, too, is that now you actually have feel-good music for kids.
Yep.
So
we have kids' music now. We have all genres, anything from hip-hop to classical to instrumental to, in the next couple of weeks, we have some positive country coming, positive heavy metal, which is amazing. And we have the kids. And I'll tell you how the kids come about. Again, back in this year, around January, February, I was in the driveway. We had all this snow, and I was talking to Tweezay, and I was like, hey, Tweezay, what do you think about making some positive hip-hop for kids? And he's like, brah. And like 3-4 minutes went back and forth. He's just going, brah. That's all he's doing over and over again. So I'm like, okay, that's blocked for you. So let's just put the command out, and let's attract someone else. No problem. So we did a little thing that we did before, a couple years ago. And I came in the house, I got on the computer, and I instantly, within 15 minutes, I start getting these messages from this guy in Israel named Nitzan. And he's like, I've been immersed in your meditations for the last 3 days, 24 hours a day. Like, I've never felt so good. I've never been so elated. And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, so what do you do in Israel? He's like, I'm a kids performer. I do kids music, kids shows, kids production, competitions, videos. He starts throwing all this stuff at me on YouTube and all this good stuff. And that's where he came from. The kids was an instant manifestation from a broadcast that we put out to the universe. And folks, that's how it works. When you're in a state of feeling good, you have to feel good. Because when you feel good, you have no resistance. You have no doubt. When you're in that state, everything, just you send the command out and it comes in. It's like you said at the beginning of the show, a lot of people say it's hocus pocus or it's going to be that easy. Yes, the key is you need to feel good about yourself first. Otherwise, nothing is going to come in.
Now, for people who may not know this, it's so shockingly surprising for me on all the things that you're involved in and all the things that you do. Because not only do you do audio tapes for helping people to improve themselves and their lives, and music that they can listen to that has positive intentions, not all of those negative, like it sounds like good music, but at the end you feel like mentally, emotionally, you kind of feel drained, like it really wasn't all that great. But then it's like 8 weeks ago, I would say 8-9 weeks ago, you generated over 100,000 new views to your new station.
Yeah, within 8 weeks, with not ever spending a penny on advertising, just pure intention.
I'm telling you, people, that's impossible. That not impossible because you made it possible. I'm telling people the likelihood of something like that happening for someone just starting from the bottom, that is amazing. I even told you got to sprinkle some of that to me because I need some of that.
Yeah, it's just all intention, and the intention is backed by the state of me feeling good most of the time. I mean, when I say you got to feel good most of the time, that doesn't mean you have to be this happy-go-lucky, always, everything's great, everything's dandy. Folks, I get annoyed, I get pissed off, and I get angry probably more than the average person, okay? The only difference is there's a magic moment that occurs when you get emotionally challenged or disrupted. And I get annoyed or frustrated, I grab that buzz. Because when you get ticked off, you start shaking. You get so angry, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're vibrating. There's a moment of desire right there. There's a portal that opens. So when you're angry and frustrated, instead of letting that problem consume you, you say, all right, this isn't going to affect me. I'm going to use it to my advantage. And in that vibrational state of annoyance, you think about what you want or who you want to become. And in those moments, little portals open for a fraction of a second or a nanosecond. And that allows you to broadcast a new intention to the universe. And when you do it in that vibrational state, that hyped up buzz, the command cannot be rescinded. And it will come back to you. And now what most people do is they take that problem and they hold on to it all day or all week. They call their mother. They tell everyone at work. They call their friends. They get on Facebook. And they bitch, whine, and complain about their tale of woe on the miserable thing that happened today. Well, look what you're broadcasting. You can't expect the universe to deliver anything positive to you because you're not broadcasting it. The key is in that moment, become thankful for it, acknowledge and take responsibility that you created it, because if you experienced it in life, you created it. You don't have to understand it or justify it, just acknowledge it. Acknowledgement is the energetic release, magical. Then think about what you want or who you want to become, and you'll be blown away with what the universe delivers to you in the form of people, situations, circumstances, and events. And that's how you create your own luck. And I have an audio on that that explains all that. I know we're jumping into this call because we're limited time, so we're kind of yin-yanging all over the place, but it's okay because we're covering key concepts.
Yes, so of course. And please, no, this is not going to be your last interview because I'm going to have you on this season twice. So,
awesome.
And I definitely want to tell all of you guys out there, whether you guys are huge Paul Santini fans, please hashtag your favorite phrases from any of his audios and hashtag Patuloka, hashtag Paul Santisi on it so that way we can see it. And you know what the biggest challenge I wanted to challenge everybody out there, those who are those who are your followers, and those who are just now hearing this interview for the first time ever and never heard of you before. I would like to challenge any and everyone to go on to your YouTube channel, check out and find either an audio that relates to what they're trying to change or what they're trying to overcome or whatever. I challenge them to, I'm telling you, dedicate maybe first thing when you wake up, when you're taking a nap during the afternoon, or before you go to bed. I don't care, even if you're taking a shower, because there's videos that are over an hour and there's some that's even less than 15 minutes. And so I challenge everyone to find a video that relates to you, which I'm going to say is the best kickoff. I challenge everyone to dedicate 30 days. 30 full days on listening to that same audio and tell me and document it.
On top of the world.
I'm telling you. And not only do I want you guys to challenge yourself for 30 days, keep a diary or notebook next to your bed, writing and documenting. Is it helping? Is it working? And I promise you, before the 30 days is out, you're going to see changes. And then the craziest thing is, by the time you get to 30 days, it's going to magnify full times over. It sounds crazy, but it is. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you're going to be blown away. Just don't think about it. Just listen. Don't ask, is it working? Just listen. If you want to take notes on how you think and how you feel and where your life is before you start, just take some notes on where you're at and how you feel. Then just forget about it. Tune in, 30 days, like she said. You don't have to do, just listen as often as you can, and then in 30 days, write down who you are now and how you think and what's happened in your life. You're going to be blown away. It's magical, and it's all intention. And my intention is energetically supporting you. I want you to feel better about yourself. I'm sending energetic empathy, support, encouragement. And, what makes it really work at the end of the day is I send out all these positive vibes to everyone and everything. But at the end of the day, I care about that much. I'm not going to lose a night's sleep if you don't do it. Like, I can't want it more than you. And
you're
that's another aspect.
For yourself. Yeah.
We're in limited time. That's a section we'll talk about next time. But I don't have any doubt, resistance, or lack. Like, I never hope, wonder, or wish that any of my audios are good enough for someone's opinion. None of that means anything to me because I know where I'm coming from. And when you listen to the audios, there's over 190 hours worth on the YouTube channel, just YouTube Paul Santisi. Mm-hmm. Everything comes up and it's all free. You'll feel where I'm coming from, and that's going to make you feel awesome. And once you experience that, all this will make a lot more sense.
So, of course, as you guys know, we're winding down on time, but any and everything you would like to know about Paul Santini, how to get a hold of him, how to find these audios, even if you're like, okay, I would like to listen to some positive music while I'm around the house or, going for a drive or whatever, you will find every and anything you need to know in the description box down below. Trust and believe, this is not going to be your last time because I have been trying so hard and finally God has answered my prayers and worked it out where you ended up on season 1 of the Get Inside Me show on Spreaker Radio. So I'm excited.
I'm excited.
And then the great thing about it, guys, please be on the lookout because I'm going to have for the second time in July for a second video, interview on Spreaker, along with a Google Hangout interview. So for those of you guys who has taken the 30 day challenge, if you guys like to join the panel and actually ask questions to Mr. Paul Santini, or you would like to voice your opinion, feel free. You get all the information on how to get a hold of me to join this panel is in the description box down below. Are there any last words you'd like to share to those out there?
I know we had limited time. Basically, we can all have, be, and do anything we want and desire in life. It's just getting to the point of you realizing that about yourself. And then that's where I come in. Excuse me. That's where I come in with my audience, my intention. And I'm offering you that energetic support, the empathy, that a lot of people don't get or are unable to get from other people. I'm the source of that. Whatever you do or don't do with it, that's on you. And so it's a good exchange. If you take what I say and apply it and it works, fantastic. And like I said, countless millions and millions of views. There's thousands of comments a week, and they're all positive.
Yes,
try to find some dirt on me online. Google me. Try to find some person talking smack. You won't, because they don't exist. Because my intention is that, and it's all good. I'm excited.
Now, I'm very excited too. Because every time we talk, I always say that I am video, because that I am video definitely changed my life. So since that is my favorite video, and you have a lot of great videos, but that audio of I am was the most powerful one, and I'm going to share that link into the description box at people. All you have to do is